What's happening, kids? Tim Kreitz here, Tim Kreitz Adventures. Today it's me, Mike, Cliff, and Britt, and we are going out to a place I have not been since 2014. This sounds a lot like the last episode, doesn't it? I'm revisiting some of these places I haven't been in a long time before the weather gets hot, taking advantage of this sort of mild winter we're having. We're going out to a place called the Buckhorn in Goldsmith, Texas. It used to be one of the most hopping biker bars in West Texas, and now it's in ruins. You guys stick around.
You are watching the Tim Kreitz Adventures channel. Welcome.
Goldsmith, Texas. Man, it's been a long time since I've been out here. If you are old school Tim Kreitz Adventures viewer, like if you're hardcore and you go all the way back to the beginning of this nonsense, you will remember when me, Tad, and my friend Roger came out here and hung out one afternoon. It was kind of a nothing episode. It was just us riding around and hanging out. And this place was not hopping that day, but in general, this place really used to be hopping. And here it is, man, the Buckhorn. This used to be one of the most famous biker bars in West Texas, and now it's closed and it's in horrible shape. Oh, this makes me sad. Well, this sucks.
For lease.
This place is a dump.
Hot damn, it's for lease.
I think you found your retirement business, Cliff. Cliff's gonna reopen the Buckhorn and make millions.
This boom is different.
Horse.
The downtown area.
I don't know if it's just your luck or what, but you always find toys.
I know. I'm a toy finding fool.
You are. That's impressive. Little kitty cat. Used to be a tradition if you came out here on a sport bike in front of a bunch of Harleys to just lay rubber as far as you could or do a big wheelie all the way down to the stop sign. I think we'll take it a little easy today. The 90s are over. Rest in peace, Neil Peart. Changes aren't permanent, but change is. And if anything is true, it's that statement. Nothing stays the same. We get older, times change, people change, locations change. It's just kind of the way it is. I'll let these guys catch back up with me now. We'll all be together and we're gonna roll. The old ZRX is running really good. Ever since I went stage 3 with this thing and redid it, it's really been a joy to ride. I should feature this motorcycle more often on the channel, and I don't, simply because I don't ride it as much, because I'm sort of concerned at this point with preserving it, so I don't put near the miles on it that I put on, say, the FZ07, for example. Around we go. And, okay, let's do this. Oh man, I tell you what, let's go back to the house, go back to the garage, and I'll kind of give you a little overview of this bike. How about that? Yeah. I thought I would just take a few minutes here and give you a little bit of an overview of the ZRX. This bike does not get featured enough on my channel, and I don't really know why I don't feature it more. It's a great bike. It's one of those bikes that you don't get rid of. I've gotten rid of a handful of bikes that I have regretted, and I know this would be one of them, so I'm hanging on to it. I've talked about, how long I've had it. This is an 04. I bought it in 06. Have had it ever since. I've got another video that talks specifically about all of the Stage 3 tuning, and it has the complete tune on the bike if you're interested in that. Kind of explains a little bit about why this bike is so fast. And so I thought I would just give you guys a little bit of a close-up view here. It was a repo bike. Someone had stopped making the payments, the original owner, and it ended up going to a repo auction, and my buddies who own the Kawasaki shop picked it up, and the first thing they did when they got it back from Dallas was they called me and said, "Hey man, we found you a ZRX." And I said, "Is it green?" And they said, "No, it's not." I said, "Well, then I want a good deal on it." So they gave it to me for, I think I paid like 45, seems like 4,600 bucks, something like that. And it only had 5,000 miles on it. So it was one heck of a good deal. A few viewers have asked about this end pipe, and it's pretty rare now. These are the D&D sport bike series of slip-on pipes that they don't make anymore. In fact, D&D doesn't make hardly anything anymore for sport bikes that I know of. The one that's even rarer than this can is the one where they screwed up the Texas flag that's got the red on top and the white on bottom. If you have one of those, which I had on my ZX6R, my 2000 model ZX6R, hang on to that, because those, I don't know if they'll ever be worth money, but they're definitely a very, very interesting conversation piece. And this has been a good pipe. It's a little scratched up. There's, the bike has a few scratches on it. I mean, I've been riding the shit out of it for 15 years. So it's not perfect. The one thing, the most noticeable thing as far as wear, one time some stupid bitch knocked the bike over, backed into it, and there's this little bitty ding that I've always left there. I should try to pull that out. That's the only thing as far as bodywork that's like a significant thing. But even if I had never shown you that, you would have never noticed it. It's something that only you know from riding the bike and knowing the bike and cleaning the bike and being close to it all the time. I'm probably at a point where I need to do some refreshing as far as the cosmetics of the bike. If you look at these old bobbins that I bought 13, 14 years ago, whatever, they've turned kind of this weird gray blue. I need to pull those off, paint them black. It just needs just a few little things to kind of freshen it back up. It actually could use, kind of a partial breakdown and cleaning just to get, this is West Texas and dirt gets in everything, and I try to keep the dirt out of all the nooks and crannies, but it's damn near impossible, unless you just don't ride them out. If I put this in my den or my living room or something, then yeah, I might be able to keep all the dirt out of it, but that's a constant fight when you live in the desert, and anybody who lives in the desert will tell you that. But this bike's a keeper. This is one of those bikes that, I just don't have any plans to get rid of. Hopefully I won't blow it up. Hopefully it'll go for a lot of years and a lot of miles to come, and I'll be able to feature it more and more as it becomes more of a collector's item. But I just thought I'd give you guys a quick walk around. Like I said, I'll give you guys a link to the tune that I've got on this, specifically how I did the carburetors. And I've never dynoed this thing, but you guys see how fast it is, so I know it's making a lot of horsepower. I'm figuring, I don't know, man, it's somewhere between 130, 140 horsepower probably, which is good for an old GPZ motor, for an old Top Gun motor. Yeah, highway to the danger zone, baby. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.